Thank you, Mr. President. I'm thrilled that we are joined this morning by two remarkable young men, Philip Grele and Drew Diaz. Um, they embarked on a challenging escapade, walking across the United States, but not just for fun, but to raise money. And I'll have them tell you how much money they raised and for what purpose. But they're two San Mateo natives who started this expedition. They walked 3,600 miles from the shores of Delaware to our beloved coast here in San Francisco. They did this for 6 months, faced the cold, the rain, the heat, and God knows whatever else. Maybe they'll tell us. But along the way, they had 96,000 followers and kind strangers who supported them with food, shelter, and encouragement. Last month, they returned home to our beloved San Mateo County, and they did this all for a cause. So, Philip and Drew, please come forward and tell us what you did and how you did it. Congratulations.
Yes.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the board. Thank you to Supervisor Speier for the kind words and everything that you do.
We'd also like to say thank you to our two beautiful mothers who are here today in attendance. We know we put you guys through hell these last 6 months, but we owe you guys everything.
A little bit of like backstory on us. We've grown up in San Mateo our entire lives. We've lived 3 blocks away from each other since we were kids. Always been best friends. Literally living on Alameda pretty much our whole life. And one day we just had a crazy dream to walk across America, and we decided there was no better time to do it than right now. So we took a year off of college, took 7 months, 3,600 miles, and together we raised over $90,000 for an amazing charity called Convoy of Hope.
Eight months ago, we were just two crazy kids with an even crazier dream. We got a one-way ticket to the East Coast. We didn't even know how we were going to get to the beach of Delaware because we flew into Philadelphia. Somehow we managed. We got down, and I hope I can get this on the first try, but we put our feet in the Atlantic Ocean, and we walked through Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, although all the people there were mad at me for pronouncing it Illinois, and then Missouri, into Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California.
Yeah, when we flew out there, we had not been to any of these states other than Nevada and California were the only two. So everything was new to us. Literally before, we were just like, didn't research anything, just what goes on in Ohio. I have no idea. We're just going to go and walk through it and see what happens. But one of the things that was consistent in every single state, every city, was we found good people everywhere. Some of the most generous, kind people I've met in my entire life. Whether it was a hot day and a stranger who didn't even know who we were, pulling over to see what we were doing, offer us a cold drink of water, or strangers offering their home when we literally had nowhere to stay, and we'd end up staying with them for a couple days and still try and keep in contact with them now. And that was across the whole country. And I think that's something we both really want to highlight about our journey.
Absolutely. And of course, I mean, from day one, we knew that nothing would stop us. We would never quit. And part of that drive came from doing this for a charity. We knew if we stopped, so would the eyes and attention of this charity. So we're not only doing it for ourselves, but we're doing it for a charity and for people who are in some of the hardest times of their life. And this charity, Convoy of Hope, they're based out of Springfield, Missouri. And they mostly help out after disasters, giving out food, water, rebuilding shelters and communities. And we just love that they help people in the hardest time of their life when all else seems like it's failing. These people have some hope through Convoy of Hope.
Well, I want you to keep doing crazy because you're making you're making a lot of sense, and I think you've highlighted that there are good people throughout this country, and we can't forget that in all that's happening around us.
Yeah.
So we have commendations for both of you. If my colleagues would like to join me in presenting.